Hey there guys, this is lesson 23, session 3, and it starts on page 499. This is the last day of lesson 23, and it's only front and back. Super short. This is going to be really fast. This is the refine day, so you should be able to go through and do these problems on your own. I know lesson 23, multiplying fractions, was a super quick lesson, but we are going to get more practice with it in lesson 24, okay? But hopefully you're feeling good about it and can go through and do these problems on your own, draw some models, do some explaining. If not, you can just watch this video and follow along as we go through the problems yourself. But you probably should be using this video to just check your answers on this day because it is the refine day, the last lesson, or the last session of this lesson, okay? So there's only 5 problems. Let's get started. Number 1, analyze. How is 3 times 3/6 the same as 9 times 1/6? Okay, well maybe you can just see it, but maybe you need to draw it out or solve the problems. But 3 times 3/6 equals, my denominator stays the same, it's going to be 6ths. And my whole number times my numerator, 3 times 3 is 9. And then if I solve the other one, 9 times 1/6. Achoo! Bless me. Excuse me. Okay, my denominator stays the same. It's going to be 6. And then whole number times numerator, 9 times 1 equals 9. So this one equals 9/6. This one equals 9/6. So you can say that they both have a product of 9/6. They both equal, or they both have a product. Remember, product is the answer of a multiplication equation. That's it. Not too bad for number 1. Number 2, evaluate. Violet solves 4 times 7/10 as shown. What does she do wrong? Okay, so on the side, I'm going to solve that because it says, what did she do wrong? So I know she got the wrong answer. We need to figure out why. 4 times 7/10. My denominator will be tenths. And then my whole number times my numerator. So 4 times 7 is 28. So 28 tenths, that would be 2 and 8 tenths. So that would be, if my number line continued over here, past 2. So what did she do wrong? She started here at 7/10 and ended on 1 and 1/10. So that was her answer. What do you think she did wrong? You should see that she added 4/10 instead of multiplying by 4. See if you go 1, 2, 3, 4. She added 4/10. So Violet added 4/10 instead of multiplying by 4. Star if that's what you thought too. Okay, number 3, construct. Anders triples a recipe and needs 3/2 cups of flour. He has a 1/2 cup measuring cup. How many times does he fill the measuring cup with flour to get 3/2? Make a drawing and write a multiplication equation to model the solution. So if I draw his measuring cup, and it's just in halves, and he can fill it 1/2, right? He has a 1/2 measuring cup, so there's my 1/2. How many times does he need to fill it to get 3/2? Well, there's 2 halves, 3/2. Okay, here's 1/2, 1/2, 1/2. So my equation would be 3 times 1/2 equals 3/2, right? My denominator stays the same. 3 times 1 equals 3. So my question is, how many times does he fill the measuring cup with flour? 3 times. So he fills it 3 times. Because 3 is my whole number. 1 star for your drawing, 1 star for your equation, and 1 star for your solution line. So that one's worth 3 stars. Okay, back page, last page. Okay, number 4. I'm gonna zoom in a bit. Okay, number 4. Joaquin is how you say that name. Joaquin runs 4/5 of a mile each day on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. How many miles does he run in all? Describe 2 methods you could use to solve the problem 3 times 4/5. So they already came up with the equation for us, right? He does 4/5 of a mile on each of those days, and there were 3 days, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So there's my whole number 3 is the days of the week that he ran, and 4/5 was how much he ran each time. So we just need to describe, we don't have to show them, but we have to explain 2 methods we could do to solve that. So you could draw a model, draw a bar model, or you could explain how to do a number line, that's fine too. Draw a bar model, and then I'll explain it. So draw 3 models divided into fifths, because my denominator is 5. Shade 4/5 of each model. Okay, that would be one way to solve it. That's how I would draw my model. Another way you could do is just repeated addition. 4/5 plus 4/5 plus 4/5. There are 3 of them. Oh, that's 4/4. Sorry. Where's my brain? Okay. Perfect. Part B, write a different multiplication problem with the same product as 3 times 4/5. Use 1/5 instead of 4/5. So, I don't know why they give you this weird space. So, it's going to be something like a whole number times, and that says use 1/5 as your fraction. So what times 1/5 is going to equal the same product, the same answer? So if I solve that, 3 times 4/5, 3 times 4 equals 12. My denominator is going to be 5. So the same product. So what times 1/5 will give me 12/5? What whole number will I multiply by? 1 times 12 equals 12/5. Okay, that's it. Part C, Allison is starting to run each day. She runs 1/5 of a mile on all 7 days this week. Joaquin and Allison each wanted to run at least 2 miles during the week. Do they? Use drawing or words to explain how you know. Okay, so 2 parts. We gotta do Joaquin and Allison. Okay, so we have to check and see how much they each ran, because they want to run 2 miles or more, so we need to see if they met their goal. Okay, so Joaquin, we already know, was 3 days. Each day is 4/5 of a mile. We already solved that. 3 times 4 equals 12. Denominator stays the same. But is that more than 2 whole miles? Okay, so I do 12 divided by 5. 12 divided by 5 is 2 without going over, with 2 left over, 2 remainder. So he ran 2 2/5 miles. But what about Allison? She ran 7 days a week. 7 days. She ran 1/5 of a mile each day. So it's 7 times 1/5. So 7 times 1 in the numerator is 7. Denominator stays the same, 5. So she ran 7/5 of a mile. 7 divided by 5 is 1 with 2 left over, 2 remainder, so 2/5. So she only ran 1 mile well, 1 2/5 of a mile. He ran 2 2/5 of a mile. So Joaquin ran as much as they had wanted. Allison did not. It says to explain, use words and drawings. We did a lot of that already. So Joaquin met the goal. Allison did not. That's all I'm going to say about that. It's pretty clear, right? Here's Joaquin, here's Allison. He ran 2 2/5. She ran 1 2/5. Okay, last one is for you guys to do on your own. It is the math journal one, so you need to do some explaining. It says, how are 4 times 2/6 and 8 times 1/6 the same? Use a model or use words to show how you know they are the same. Okay, and that's all you have to do. So fill up the space, use a model, words, equations, show me that you know those two are the same thing, and then that's it. So I will see you guys in the next video for the beginning of lesson 24, where we're just continuing to multiply fractions. Bye guys.